Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for supporting my channel and giving us all this love. We're finally back with a brand new season, Season 2, and Merry Christmas to everyone watching. I really hope you enjoy this episode and watch everything at once. And before we start, don't forget to like the video. I want 6,000 likes in under 24 hours. Also, I want 6,000 comments too, so comment down below your favorite character from our farm family. And good news, new episodes will be coming every Thursday, so don't miss it. All right, now let's hear a special Christmas greeting from the Queen herself. Merry Christmas, welcome to Season 2. So, with all this, let's all smash. Oh shit, smash it, what the? And let's begin. The episode begins with Aileen. She looks worried, so worried that she can't even stay still. She walks from one place to another restlessly, chewing her nails like her thoughts are chewing her alive. And no matter how much she thinks, it feels like she made a terrible mistake. She sent Seo-jun to the 67th floor, and that place is a death zone. Aileen watches through her crystal ball, and her stomach twists. Thousands and thousands of black locusts are roaming around, a moving storm, a living nightmare. And in Aileen's mind, one thought keeps stabbing again and again. Will Seo-jun die there? Aileen doesn't even allow herself to blink. She keeps staring at the crystal ball as if her eyes alone can protect him. But then she snaps. She unblocks her grandfather. The crystal ball flickers, and the moment her grandfather appears, he starts crying immediately. His voice shakes as he apologizes to his granddaughter, begging her to forgive him. He promises he will never misbehave with Seo-jun again. Aileen doesn't soften, not even a little. She isn't angry right now. She's terrified. Aileen tells him she will forgive him, but she accidentally sent Seo-jun to the 67th floor where thousands of locusts are waiting. So she demands to know, can her grandfather do anything to help Seo-jun? Aileen is the manager of this tower, and even if she wants to help, she can't. She is trapped here. She can only watch. Her grandfather, Kaiser, goes quiet. He pauses for a moment, watching his granddaughter shake with worry. Then he speaks, his voice steady. Don't worry, Aileen. Kaiser says the human came into the Black Tower by himself. The tower called Seo-jun inside itself. Seo-jun is not an ordinary human. Kaiser reminds Aileen how long Seo-jun has survived, how many monsters he made friends with. A normal human couldn't do that. A normal human would have died or killed the monsters and turned them into enemies. But Seo-jun is different. Seo-jun doesn't fear monsters. He loves them. He adores them. And the monsters here treat Seo-jun like family. Seo-jun can even command dangerous monsters and make them work together. Kaiser praises him openly. Seo-jun isn't like ordinary humans. Then Kaiser adds something that makes Aileen's eyes widen. The Great Black Dragon, Aileen. You chose a human who won't die so easily. Aileen is stunned. Her fear doesn't disappear, but her chest feels a little lighter. And then the scene shifts. We see Seo-jun. He has a detoxifying onion plant pressed to his mouth like a strange cigar, and his expression, a smug smirk. In his hand is the same dagger, and standing with him are his friends, Theo, Baby Bear, Black Warrior Rabbit, and the Princess of the Rabbit Kingdom. And then we see it. Seo-jun and his team are slaughtering the black locusts. Not struggling, not running. They are cutting through them without effort. Theo lands with a bang. The moment his paws hit the ground, he slices a black locust cleanly. Then he looks at Seo-jun and shouts, "If you didn't have a detoxifying onion, we might have been in trouble." Seo-jun stays calm. He says he knew there could be an emergency, and so he always tries to be prepared. And then, Red Ribbon Princess steps forward. Her eyes shine with focus. She activates her magic spell. Water Jet! In a single attack, a single slash. Hundreds of black locusts are hit at once. They drop like a wave collapsing. Seo-jun watches in disbelief. Red Ribbon Princess is slaughtering more than 50 locusts, and the locusts are changing. The red ones turn purple, and the system immediately notifies Seo-jun. His companion slaughtered the purple locusts, and Seo-jun has gained experience points because of it. Seo-jun feels his heart lift. He's happy! This fight might finally allow him to level up and become more powerful. Seo-jun grips Thor's dagger and aims. Then he slashes. 10 red locusts fall at the same time. Baby Bear stays behind Seo-jun, guarding him like a wall. But suddenly, a purple locust appears. It sneaks behind Seo-jun, aiming for his neck. A clean cut, a silent kill. Theo's eyes widen. Theo panics. Seo-jun, be careful! Black Warrior Rabbit panics too. But Seo-jun just smiles. A smug, fearless smile. The green onion still on his mouth like a cigar, as if he's enjoying a walk in the park. It's okay. Then, Seo-jun's body emits a blue aura. The purple locust freezes in shock, and in the next instant, Seo-jun enters. Super Saiyan Blue Mode! A blue flame erupts from his body. Not small and not gentle, it spreads around him like a divine explosion, and hundreds of purple locusts turn into ashes. The flame is so strong that even Theo and Red Ribbon Princess feel the presence from a distance. Theo is so shocked his mouth hangs open, drool almost dripping. Red Ribbon Princess looks stunned too. Even she can't believe what she's seeing. Seo-jun continues farming with his aura. The dagger returns to Seo-jun like it's alive. Cutting through more locusts on the way back, it slices down 50, 60 purple locusts, as if they're paper. Seo-jun says calmly that he brought the white flame from the Flame Guardian. He was prepared. Finally, the dagger returns to his hand. Seo-jun smirks again, adjusts the detoxifying onion on his face, and says, "I'm not the weakest here anymore." Baby Bear explodes with excitement. His eyes shine like fireworks. He shouts proudly, "My dad is awesome!" And somewhere far away, Aileen's crystal ball keeps shining, showing her the truth. Seo-jun is not trapped in a death zone. The locusts are trapped with him. After witnessing that cool aura, Baby Bear screams with pure excitement, calling Seo-jun awesome. Red Ribbon Princess, who truly believes Seo-jun is a black dragon, stares in awe and says with deep respect, "What can anyone expect from a great black dragon?" Then her expression turns a little sad. She says it would have been so much better if Seo-jun had been there when her kingdom was getting destroyed. If Seo-jun had been there, maybe her kingdom wouldn't have fallen at all. But even after all that, the problem isn't solved yet. Seo-jun looks up, and what he sees makes his stomach tighten. Thousands and thousands of black locusts roam in the air like a living mist. Seo-jun and his team keep killing purple locusts, but the numbers don't seem to drop. It feels unlimited. Theo notices it first. He says that even if they keep killing purple locusts, it won't end. Their detoxifying onion plants are limited. The issue isn't their strength. They can defeat purple locusts. But the poison? If the detoxifying onion ends, everyone will die from poison. Black Warrior Rabbit agrees. Baby Bear agrees. Seo-jun agrees too. Seo-jun watches his companions carefully. Their breathing is heavier. Their movements are slower. They're getting tired. Seo-jun grits his teeth. He thinks that he isn't strong enough to kill every purple locust like Minotaur and Iona. He thinks it would have been great if Iona was here with him. Then, Seo-jun gets a strange idea. His eyes sharpen. Seo-jun quickly takes a key from his inventory. That key, and suddenly a plan forms in his head. Seo-jun is about to do something, but many purple locusts rush at him, trying to kill him before he can act. Seo-jun reacts instantly. He uses the key and opens a door right in front of them. It's the same door, the one where he found the golden bat, the mysterious door that was given to Seo-jun by Skyrim. Seo-jun activates it. The door swings and slams! Purple locusts get crushed in the impact, dying instantly from being slammed by the door. Seo-jun bangs on the door urgently. He calls Iona's name, because Iona went inside this room earlier to make it better. And if Seo-jun's theory is correct, Iona should still be inside, and voila! Seo-jun was right. Iona is there. Iona steps out of the door and instantly wrinkles her nose. She smells the poison in the air and says, "Why is there so much poison here?" Seo-jun cuts her off immediately. "There's no time to explain. I'll explain later. Can you kill the purple locusts first?" Iona looks past Seo-jun, and her eyes widen. Thousands and thousands of purple locusts are rushing toward them like a tidal wave. She notices Theo, too. And the thought of Theo getting injured makes her snap. Her expression turns fierce. She gets angry. She says she won't let Theo get hurt. Not even a scratch! Iona raises her hand and activates one of the most dangerous area of attack spells. Electric Shock! A single strike hits one purple locust, and then a chain reaction explodes outward. The electricity transfers from one locust to another. First to second, second to third, third to fourth. Faster and faster, until the shock travels through the entire swarm like a curse of lightning. The purple locusts begin bursting. Their bodies pop and explode like firecrackers. Parts fly everywhere. It's wild and it's brutal, and somehow it looks like a New Year or Christmas firecracker show. A terrifyingly beautiful one. Seo-jun watches with an awed face. Baby Bear watches with his mouth open. Theo watches like he's seeing a miracle. Red Ribbon Princess is stunned too. And even here, Black Warrior Rabbit is blushing like crazy. Because his whole focus isn't even the locusts anymore. It's on Red Ribbon Princess's face. And her rabbit cakes. Black Warrior Rabbit has fallen in love. Damn, what a guy. Seo-jun feels a wave of relief. He's about to thank Iona. But at the exact same moment, the system notifies Seo-jun. Seo-jun has killed more than 100,000 purple locusts in one go. And because of that, Seo-jun has gained 3 million experience points. Seo-jun levels up a lot. Then another notification hits. There are still 7 billion purple locusts alive. Seo-jun's expression freezes. 7 billion? Even Baby Bear goes back into his small form out of pure shock. Meanwhile, Black Warrior Rabbit is still staring at Red Ribbon Princess, absolutely shameless. Iona says it will be fine. Because they killed so many purple locusts, the swarm will return to its red form again, but while saying that, Iona suddenly sways. The poison is still strong. She feels weird. She's about to faint. Before Iona falls, Theo rushes to her. He catches her in his arms, then Theo gently puts a detoxifying onion plant near Iona's mouth and tells her to eat it. It will cure her. Theo says it normally in a soft and kind tone, but in Iona's eyes, Theo looks like a prince. Theo looks cute. Theo looks caring. Theo praises her too. He tells Iona her magic was awesome. He says she killed all those purple locusts in one go. Theo is just being honest. But Iona's face turns red. She blushes hard. She puts the detoxifying onion plant on her mouth and keeps staring at Theo's face. Her whole body starts tingling. Meanwhile, Black Warrior Rabbit says something important. He says he can't feel any locust energy anymore. Theo nods. He says he's really glad. Then Seo-jun looks at everyone, realizing everyone is tired and need a place to rest, but they can't rest in this muddy water, can they? But because Iona cured the mysterious door. And coincidentally, they now have a mysterious door that can be used as shelter. So Seo-jun invites everyone to come inside and rest. Slowly, they open the mysterious door. And the moment the door opens, a strange warmth spreads out from inside. As soon as everyone entered the room, they were bewildered. Theo and Seo-jun is shocked. His mouth stays open. Whatever is inside, it's not what he expected. And on the other hand, little cute Iona is sitting comfortably on Theo's head, resting like she belongs there, like the world is finally quiet, for now. Finally, the inside of the mysterious door is revealed, and it has genuinely changed. Earlier, it was dark and dim, like a dirty dungeon that smelled of damp stone and bad memories. But now it has transformed into a cozy, comfy room. There's a sofa, a dining table, a nice mat, and even a warm campfire burning gently in the center, spreading soft light across everything. Seo-jun looks around carefully, his eyes narrowing as he realizes something important. This item is insanely OP. With this door, Seo-jun can make a safe zone anywhere inside the tower. A safe house, a place where he and his companions can breathe, recover, and survive. And the most terrifying part is, no one can enter this door without Seo-jun's permission. No monster, no enemy, no one. Seo-jun realizes this isn't just useful, it's dangerously powerful. His expression turns serious as he falls into deep thought, understanding how much this could change everything. In the background, Theo and Iona are casually talking, their voices calm now that the immediate danger is gone. Red Ribbon Princess sits at her normal table like she owns the place, resting her chin in her hand as if this is just another day for royalty. And as usual, Black Warrior Rabbit is still staring at Red Ribbon Princess like his soul has left his body. He's blushing, completely lost in his own dream world, probably imagining their wedding already, and nobody even asked him. Then Seo-jun notices something strange. Baby Bear is eating something. Seo-jun turns and asks him what he's eating, and Baby Bear immediately spins around with sparkling eyes, excited like a kid who just discovered treasure. Whatever he's holding, he offers it to Seo-jun while calling him Daddy. Baby Bear proudly says it's a pair of purple locusts, and it's damn delicious. But the moment Seo-jun gets a closer look, the smell hits him. The purple locust meat smells even more disgusting than normal meat, enough to make a grown man question his entire life. Seo-jun and Theo both make weird faces, forcing polite smiles as they say it looks delicious. But they don't want to eat it. Their voices are sarcastic, very sarcastic, but only because they don't want Baby Bear to feel bad and stop enjoying his weird little meal. Still, Seo-jun notices something odd. The meat looks disgusting, but the smell, it smells sweet. And the texture, the color, it looks like chicken. It really looks like chicken. Seo-jun's eyes widen as an idea strikes him like lightning. He slowly turns his head toward Iona and calls her name. He asks if she can increase the temperature of the fire and follow his instructions. Iona agrees immediately, not even questioning it. And honestly, everyone can already guess what Seo-jun is planning. Yes, Seo-jun is going to cook the locusts, like a man who has accepted that life in the tower is just survival with extra seasoning. The scene briefly shows the outside, where piles of locusts lie dead, and from the mysterious door, an unbelievably delicious smell begins leaking out. Then we return inside the safe house, and that rich smell spreads throughout the entire room like a spell. Black Warrior Rabbit closes his eyes and breathes it in deeply. Red Ribbon Princess closes her eyes too, enjoying it like a gourmet queen. Seo-jun's mouth starts watering before he even realizes it. Baby Bear's mouth is watering like a waterfall, his body shaking with excitement as he bounces around impatiently, begging for food like a tiny warrior who just finished a war and now demands dinner. Seo-jun cleans the locusts thoroughly, removing all the dirt, all the disgusting bits, and anything that might still carry poison. He places the meat over the fire and starts cooking it like barbecue, keeping detoxifying plants nearby so no toxin can linger. The moment the locust meat begins sizzling, the smell becomes even stronger, warm, smoky, and strangely tempting. And right then, the system notification appears. It announces that Baby Bear is the first person to roast the purple locust and make it edible. But it also confirms that Seo-jun has successfully removed the poison and made it safe for everyone. Another notification appears immediately after. Seo-jun's cooking level has increased. Cooking level 4. His effects on food will now be enhanced. Then the system notifies him again. Seo-jun has created a dish, grilled purple locust dish. After eating it, no one will feel the poison anymore. It is soft, tasty, and good for the body. And most importantly, whoever eats it will gain poison resistance that is even stronger than the detoxifying onion plants. Seo-jun stares at the notifications, then looks down at the grilled locust meat. A slow, confident smile spreads across his face, because in this tower, even a death zone can turn into a dinner table. And tonight, the locusts aren't the hunters anymore. They're the menu. Seo-jun can't believe it. He has actually made a grilled purple locust dish, and it even has the effect of poison resistance. But honestly, Seo-jun doesn't even care about the poison resistance effect right now. He's not thinking about stats, he's thinking about food. Seo-jun calmly removes the grilled purple locust meat from the skewer, his eyes shining a little, and tells everyone that it's finally time. Everyone stares at the meat. They stare like it's a miracle or a trap. Baby Bear, however, doesn't even hesitate. He's already eating like his life depends on it. Theo? Not the same. Theo still makes that disgusted face because he doesn't like locusts. They're insects. And Theo saw with his own eyes how nasty those locusts were. Theo admits the meat looks good, and it even smells good. But he still can't erase the image of the locusts crawling around in his mind. Before Theo can say anything more, Baby Bear immediately grabs the meat and says that if Theo doesn't want it, he will eat it. Seo-jun is about to stop him and say it's too hot, but it's too late. Baby Bear grabs it without thinking, and his paws instantly start burning. He panics, throws the meat into the air, and almost creates a new fireworks show inside the safe house. But because Baby Bear's paw is thick and sturdy, he manages to catch the meat again, slowly, very slowly, like a brave soldier trying not to scream. Then he blows on it hard to cool it down, his cheeks puffing out, and the moment it finally cools, Baby Bear takes a huge bite, and the inside of the meat looks unbelievably juicy. It's tender, steaming, and glossy. Just looking at it makes it obvious. This meat is insanely soft and delicious. Baby Bear chews with pure happiness, and the moment the flavor hits him, he almost reaches heaven. His eyes sparkle like stars, his whole body relaxes, and he starts eating even faster, like he's afraid the universe will take it away. Seo-jun and Theo watch him in disbelief. Baby Bear is eating so well that even Theo, the locust hater, starts drooling a little. Iona is staring too. Black Warrior Rabbit is starving as well. Everyone starts admitting the truth. None of them wanted to eat locust meat. But seeing how delicious it looks while Baby Bear is eating it like it's the best thing in the world, they can't hold back anymore. They're tired, they're hungry, and they need food. Seo-jun smiles warmly and removes the remaining skewers from the campfire, offering everyone grilled locust meat. Everyone raises their hands and politely takes a chunk, still looking suspicious, but also incredibly tempted. Seo-jun pauses for a moment and silently prays to God for this meal, because at this point, surviving in the tower feels like a miracle already. Finally, Seo-jun takes a bite too. Everyone takes a bite at the same time, and their eyes widen. The taste is mouth-watering. It's delicious. It's shockingly delicious. Soft like chicken, juicy like barbecue, and the onion leaf and plant add a spicy kick that makes it even better. Everyone freezes for half a second, then starts eating seriously. Baby Bear is already in heaven, and now everyone else is joining him. The safe house turns into a feast, filled with warmth, chewing, satisfied sighs, and the sound of happiness after a long battle. But outside the mysterious door, that delicious smell is leaking out, and we see three mysterious beings sitting there sniffing the air. They speak in a creepy tone, their eyes shining with hunger, saying that whatever this is, it smells very delicious. They wonder if they should also eat it. And guys, if you still haven't subscribed, please subscribe to support and help us complete the like goal. I know you homies can do it. All right, now let's get back to the story. Then we see Seo Jun, Baby Bear, Black Warrior Rabbit, and Red Ribbon Princess sleeping on their backs, peacefully resting alongside Iona. The safe house is warm, quiet, and calm, like a little island of comfort inside the tower. Everyone is tired from the battle, their bodies finally relaxed after eating But Theo isn't sleepy at all. His stomach feels full, his head feels active, and he decides to go out for a walk. Theo steps outside and stretches, thinking that since he has eaten so much food, maybe walking a little will help him feel better. He walks casually, tail swaying, completely unaware that a shadow is waiting for him, hidden behind the door. Theo has no idea that someone is about to put a cloth over his head and try to kidnap him like he's some kind of snack delivery. But Theo is able to sense something. His cat instincts scream that something is wrong. He turns sharply, too late. A mysterious being suddenly throws a cloth over Theo's head and tightens it around his face. Theo tries to scream, but the creature shoves Theo's face straight into the water. Theo panics, flailing desperately, but his voice doesn't come out. His body struggles, but the cloth is tight. So tight that we can still see the afterimage of his eyes and mouth pressing against it. Finally, the mysterious creature reveals itself. It looks like a frog with a shiny gem on its head. Theo tries to shout, "You bastard, leave me alone!" But no sound comes out. The frog with the gem starts abusing Theo, furious. It says countless comrades died because of Theo. It blames Theo and his friends, saying they brought all these devious insects into the swamp. The frog is misunderstanding everything and thinks Theo is the cause of the locust disaster. Theo desperately tries to explain that they didn't bring these insects here, but he can't speak. His mouth is completely covered. Theo starts crying and shaking, begging them to leave him alone. He tries to calm himself and says he's a mid-level wandering merchant, but the frog with the gem refuses to believe him. The frog accuses him of lying, asking what kind of wandering merchant would appear in the middle of a swamp. A merchant should be selling goods in towns, not wandering around poisonous water. Then two more jewel frogs appear, also frogs with gems on their heads. They stop the first frog, telling him to calm down because they won't harm Theo anymore. They notice something important, a merchant badge on Theo's neck. The moment they see it, the frog with the gem finally loosens the cloth and leaves Theo alone. Theo collapses on the ground, breathing hard, terrified, shivering uncontrollably in that spot. And guys, let me tell you something, this is really true. A few days ago, my cat Theo accidentally came out of my house, and I found him in my garden. He was shivering in one place out of fear. I can totally relate to this shit. All right, now back to the story. The purple jewel frog asks Theo what a wandering merchant is doing in the Navia swamp. The light green jewel frog squints suspiciously and says maybe the merchant badge is fake. Theo tries to shout, saying this is a big misunderstanding. He explains that they came here to kill the purple locusts and save the jewel frogs. Theo also proudly announces that he is a direct subordinate of the Great Black Dragon. The moment Theo says Great Black Dragon, all three frogs freeze. Their eyes widen in shock. Their bodies stiffen like someone just summoned death itself. Theo says there is a great black dragon behind the mysterious door. If the frogs don't believe him, they should knock on the door and go inside to see. The great black dragon is sleeping peacefully there. But instead of relief, the frogs become even more terrified. They start thinking, if Theo truly is a subordinate of the great black dragon, then they just tried to kidnap him. What if the great black dragon gets angry and destroys their entire species? The frogs panic internally, unsure what to do. The light green frog says they need help because they don't know how to handle this situation at all. So the three frogs make a decision. They decide to take Theo to their lord, Garyon. Theo doesn't even know who this Lord Garyon is, and before he can protest, they hang Theo upside down on a wooden stick and start carrying him away like a captured fish. Theo screams loudly, calling for Seo-jun's help, shouting that his precious partner is getting kidnapped. Help! Help! But Seo-jun doesn't hear anything coming from the door. In fact, Seo-jun is sleeping peacefully, scratching his ears like this is the safest place on Earth, completely unaware that Theo is being dragged away like a tragic comedy scene. The scene shifts back to Theo. He is still tied upside down, swinging as the frogs carry him somewhere unknown. Theo gets angry, shouting that he is the future merchant king. He is also a subordinate of the Great Black Dragon. He should be treated with respect, and they should put him down right now. Theo screams so much that the frogs get irritated and finally throw him down. Theo yelps, rolling on the ground dramatically, then immediately shouts again like nothing happened. The light green frog finally unties Theo and apologizes. The frog admits they shouldn't have treated Theo so badly, but they lost almost 70% of their population. The light green frog says even his parents were killed by the locusts. That's why they thought Theo and his group brought the locusts here. Theo is shocked. He tells them it's not true. He says he came here to kill the locusts and save everyone. Then Theo looks carefully at the three frogs and notices the jewels on their heads. These aren't normal frogs. They're jewel frogs. Theo suddenly gets angry again and yells that he and his friends came here to save them. And they're treating a guest like this? Theo says, do they even know how hard it was to fight the locusts and free this place? He's puffing up his chest, tail twitching, acting like a proud little hero, when suddenly someone calls out in a threatening voice. How dare you! Theo's body freezes. He turns around slowly, and we see something terrifying. A bubble rises from the swamp, then another, then a huge one, and in the next moment, a massive figure erupts out of the swamp. A deep, threatening voice rises from the swamp, heavy with authority and rage. Who dares to threaten the jewel frogs? The moment that voice echoes, the three small frogs behind Theo immediately bow down in fear, their bodies trembling like they've just seen a god. Even Theo, who was trying to act tough just a second ago, feels his fur stand on end. His instincts scream danger because the figure emerging from the water is massive! And finally, the big figure is revealed. A frog so huge and humongous that it's almost as big as Mother Bear, his body swollen, monstrous, and filled with pure anger. In rage, he rises out of the swamp like a living disaster, and the water blasts outward with such force that Theo almost drowns. The splash hits him like a wave, dragging him under for a moment, and when he comes back up, he's half unconscious, coughing and shaking, barely able to keep his eyes open. The purple frog quickly points at Theo and tells their lord, Geryon, that these people brought a suspicious cat from the place where the red locusts had the highest density. Lord Geryon's eyes narrow sharply. He also feels that Theo is the one who brought the purple locusts to his swamp, and his rage turns directly toward Theo. Geryon steps forward with a terrifying presence, towering over Theo as if he's about to crush him into the mud. Theo slowly wakes up, still dizzy, still soaked, and Geryon leans down and growls in the same threatening tone, "Was it you who left those damn bugs here?" Theo has been pissed off and upset until now, and he's still scared. His body hurts, his head is spinning. But at that moment, something shifts in him. He thinks, damn, it hurts so much, and he's scared, but now he doesn't care. Theo slowly gets up, shaking off water like a warrior. He says if he was the old Theo, he would have acted scared, but now he has changed. He declares proudly that he will become a merchant king in the future, and he can't be afraid of small things anymore. Theo crosses his paws and stands up, trying to look confident while introducing himself like he's someone important. That only makes Lord Geryon angrier. His face twists, his eyes blaze, and he raises his hand, ready to crush Theo while calling him a tiny thing. But at the same time, the light green frog rushes forward and tells Lord Geryon to stop. The frog quickly explains that this golden cat is the subordinate of the Great Black Dragon. The moment the name Great Black Dragon is spoken, Lord Geryon's expression changes instantly. His arrogance cracks, his body stiffens, and sweat begins to drip down his face. All three frogs hurriedly explain the whole story, how they saw Theo coming out of a mysterious door, how they panicked and kidnapped him, and how Theo kept saying he came here to kill all the locusts. They also mention that the Great Black Dragon is behind that door. Maybe this cat is telling the truth. Maybe Theo really came with his friends to save them. Theo, now annoyed and frustrated, snaps that he's been trying to explain this to these idiots for a long time. But Geryon still isn't convinced. He raises his hand again and says that even he, Lord Geryon, is still recovering after being hit by the poison of those bugs. He says there is no way a tiny creature like Theo can handle those locusts. He insults Theo, calling him weak and saying it's impossible for him to fight poison. Theo's eyes narrow. Instead of arguing, he reaches into his bag and takes out the dish made of grilled locust meat. He holds it out and says to Lord Geryon that if he eats this dish, he will get all the answers. The smell of the locust meat spreads instantly, rich and strong, and Lord Geryon's tongue slides out like a weapon. A long tongue, a hungry tongue. He grabs the meat from Theo's paw and swallows it all at once. The light green frog tries to warn him, saying his lord shouldn't eat such a suspicious thing, but it's too late. Lord Geryon eats it, and suddenly his body trembles. He grabs his stomach and drops down into the mud, breathing heavily. Then something unbelievable happens. His whole body begins to shine. It shines so brightly that Theo and the three frogs stare in shock, unable to blink. After a moment, Lord Geryon transforms into a cute, chubby, colorful frog. This was his actual form. Because of the poison, he had become that disgusting, swollen monster. But now he looks light, healthy, and almost adorable. Lord Geryon becomes overjoyed, saying the meat was so delicious that his body feels incredibly light, and maybe all the poison inside him has been removed. He looks at Theo and asks excitedly, "What on earth is that dish? I feel like the toxins in my body are completely gone." Theo gives an evil, smirking smile. He says if Lord Geryon wants to know more about this dish, then he should shake hands with Theo. Theo's subordinate will tell him everything, and damn, Theo is really learning all the evil techniques of Seojun to make others his subordinate. Proud moment, dangerous moment, beautiful moment. The scene then shifts to another battlefield. We see the lizard man killing purple locusts one by one, but every time he kills one, a thick poison mist bursts out. The poison spreads everywhere, and all the fighters start getting poisoned again. The situation is terrible. No matter how much they kill, it doesn't end. This is the 67th floor land area, the same place where the ugly piggies came in the first episode. The greed pig's subordinates stole food here, bred locusts, and turned them into purple locusts. Now these fighters are in a terrible condition, exhausted and desperate, because the swarm feels endless. Just when the Lizard King feels their work is about to end, a very long tongue suddenly shoots out from behind. Hundreds and hundreds of locusts get caught mid-air and are eaten in one gulp. The creature behind them says calmly that it was very tasty. And finally, everyone realizes the creature is none other than Lord Geryon. Seeing Lord Geryon eating locusts, all the other fighters are shocked, but Geryon doesn't stop. He spins his tongue like a helicopter, faster and faster, and devours thousands and thousands of locusts in one bite. He eats them like snacks, enjoying the feast like he's at a buffet. The Lizard King is stunned. Tens of thousands of locusts disappear in seconds. He doesn't understand what the hell is happening. Is Lord Geryon not feeling the poison, or is he sacrificing himself for everyone? Lord Geryon puts his hand on his chest and proudly declares that his body has become resistant to poison because of a great being. He says he will cure the locust problem himself. Then we see Theo sitting proudly on top of Lord Geryon's head like a king. Lord Geryon introduces Theo loudly and announces that Theo is his new master. Theo shows his contract to prove it, declaring that his name is Theo, a golden cat, and they have signed a contract, so now Theo is Lord Geryon's master. Together, they will kill all the locusts. The green frog and purple frog are still confused. They don't like that their lord has made a weak golden cat his master, but they also understand that because of this golden cat, their lord, who was about to die from poison, is alive again, so they can't complain. Theo orders them to go ahead and fight, and Lord Geryon continues eating the locusts with his powerful tongue, clearing the swarm like a natural disaster. Meanwhile, the scene shifts back inside the mysterious safe house. Seojun and the others wake up, stretching and yawning, feeling rested, until they notice something immediately. Theo isn't there. Seojun looks around sharply, his expression turning serious. Where did Theo go? Seojun's heart drops the moment he realizes Theo isn't in the room. He looks around again and again, but Theo is nowhere. Now, Seojun is genuinely worried. The others notice too, and the sleepy comfort from earlier disappears instantly. Everyone gets prepared like it's war. Seojun pulls out his dagger. Black Warrior Rabbit grips his hammer tightly. Baby Bear raises his club, already ready to smash anything that moves. They're not just a team anymore. They're a family, and they're about to go find their homie. Red Ribbon Princess looks confused, her brows furrowing as she wonders how Theo could have gone out all by himself in the middle of the night. Iona is the most worried among them. She says the area outside must still be swarming with locusts and they can harm Theo anytime. The thought of Theo getting hurt makes her chest tighten, and that fear makes Seo-jun even more determined. He knows he has to find Theo quickly, because if anything goes wrong, it will go wrong fast. While everyone is getting ready, Black Warrior Rabbit steps forward and raises his chest proudly like a knight from a legend. He looks at Red Ribbon Princess and swears that no matter what happens, he will protect her at all costs. Red Ribbon Princess blinks in surprise, then blushes slightly and tells him she believes he will, calling him Sir Knight. The moment those words land, Black Warrior Rabbit turns red himself, completely flustered, his ears twitching like they're going to explode from happiness. Seo-jun tells everyone to focus and get ready. Then he reaches for the dimensional door. The moment the door opens, everyone rushes out, weapons ready, eyes sharp, stance firm, like a true family prepared to fight even the gods if it means bringing their member back. But the second they step outside, they freeze. There is nothing. The surroundings are completely empty. No locusts, no enemies, no movement. Only the dimensional gate stands behind them like a silent wall, and the swamp area ahead is calm. Seo-jun immediately realizes the area they cleared earlier is still safe. But just as he relaxes a little, Black Warrior Rabbit's ears twitch hard. He raises his hand and tells everyone to wait. He listens carefully, focusing on the sound, and he senses something massive approaching their position. Seo-jun's body tenses instantly. Red Ribbon Princess speculates that it might be a new breed of locust, but Iona shakes her head, saying that shouldn't be possible. Yet even she tightens her stance because whatever is coming is big. Seo-jun tightens his grip on his dagger and tells everyone to brace themselves. And what happens next shocks him to his core. A giant frog suddenly leaps straight over their heads, casting an enormous shadow over everyone. Everyone screams, mouths wide open, thinking, "Who the hell is this guy now?" And then, like Iron Man landing, boom! The huge frog crashes down in front of them, the impact splashing muddy water everywhere. The shockwave is so powerful it throws Black Warrior Rabbit backward, and Seo-jun and the others barely manage to hold their ground. Seo-jun's cheeks puff out like a balloon from the wind blast, his hair almost flying backward from the sheer force. As the water settles, they notice something clinging desperately to the frog, a small silhouette. It's Theo, their homie, barely hanging on. Theo looks down at his companions with a smug grin, completely proud of himself, and teases them like nothing happened, asking if they were all worried and waiting for him. Meow! Iona finally exhales in relief, her shoulders dropping the moment she sees Theo is safe. Seo-jun is still standing there with his mouth open, confused beyond belief, wondering what the hell Theo did outside. Seo-jun immediately asks Theo if he's all right. Theo replies proudly that he's completely fine, and then casually drops a bomb like it's nothing. He says he even made a new subordinate, and then he points at the huge frog like he just adopted a mountain. "This is my subordinate, meow!" Seo-jun blinks, still processing, thinking, "What?" Theo explains that thanks to Lord Garyon, they wiped out a lot of purple locusts, and right at that moment, the giant Jewel Frog King notices something on Seo-jun's hand, an unmistakable crest, the mark of the Black Dragon. Not just that, Lord Garyon can feel a faint, menacing aura too. He becomes sure that Seo-jun is a great black dragon concealing his true form. Without hesitation, Lord Garyon, and even the tiny jewel frogs behind him, immediately bow before Seo-jun. Lord Garyon speaks respectfully and explains with a smile that they were able to overcome the locusts thanks to the dish Seo-jun cooked. That dish helped them immensely, especially him, because it cured the poison that was about to kill him. Seo-jun, still stunned, asks if these frogs are different from the ones they killed on the 75th floor. Iona quickly explains that these are jewel frogs, and they are actually the very targets the team was supposed to protect for this mission. Lord Garyon is none other than the king of the jewel frogs, and right now Theo is sitting cutely on his hand like a little prince sitting on a throne. Iona can hardly believe it. She stares at Theo with awe, her heart racing, and inside her mind she blushes slightly, thinking that her future husband is unbelievably amazing. Theo, however, doesn't care about any of that. His priorities are clear. He immediately turns to Seo-jun and asks if he did a good job. Seo-jun is still nervous, but he's also extremely curious about how Theo pulled this off. Theo has zero intention of explaining right now. Instead, he jumps down, clings tightly to Seo-jun's leg with sparkling eyes, and starts asking for treats like his life depends on it. Treat, treat, treat. because he did such a good job, he deserves it. And honestly, this is exactly how orange cats behave. It's universal. Seo-jun sighs, half amused, half relieved, and urges Theo to go back inside. Seo-jun opens the dimensional door again and tells everyone they'll talk inside. He promises Theo he'll give him treats inside. Theo immediately starts smiling like he already tasted the reward. But as Seo-jun turns around, he notices Lord Garyon hesitating. The entrance is small, and Garyon is huge. Seo-jun apologizes and explains that he would love to invite him inside, but the entrance is simply too small. Lord Garyon smiles calmly and says if that's the problem, there's no issue. And suddenly the multicolored jewel on his head begins to shine brilliantly. The light becomes so intense that everyone has to close their eyes. As the glow intensifies, something unbelievable happens. Lord Garyon's massive body begins to shrink slowly but surely until the light finally fades. When everyone opens their eyes again, the once gigantic Jewel Frog King has transformed into a cute, chubby frog, even smaller than the other Jewel Frogs. Seo-jun stares in amazement and wonders aloud if Lord Garyon is like Baby Bear, someone who can shrink and expand at will. Lord Garyon laughs lightly and tells Seo-jun it's nothing special. And the moment that happens, Iona rushes forward immediately, her curiosity overflowing, examining the newly transformed frog like a scientist who just found a legendary creature. Seo-jun smiles warmly and tells everyone that since they're all here now, they should go inside, rest properly, and eat together. Because tonight, they didn't just find Theo, they gained an entire king. The scene shifts back into the cozy dimensional space once again. The warmth of the campfire fills the room, the soft glow dancing across everyone's faces. But the peace doesn't last long. Iona is yelling at Theo like a worried girlfriend, demanding to know if he even understands how worried she was when he vanished in the middle of the night. Theo, however, stays completely relaxed, acting like nothing happened at all. He knows something bad almost happened, but his instincts scream at him not to tell Iona that part. For some reason, he can already feel it in his bones. If he says it out loud, his life will get 10 times harder. So Theo just keeps his mouth shut, nodding innocently like the world's most harmless orange cat. The narration shifts to Seo-jun, and we see the entire fireplace has been completed and upgraded again. It looks sturdier, stronger, and far more useful now, perfect for cooking bigger meals inside the safe house. Theo and the others gather around the fire, drooling uncontrollably as a delicious stew simmers in a giant clay pot. The dish is called Purple Chef's Potato Stew. It's made from thinly sliced purple locust meat, detoxifying green onions, and strength potatoes, all boiled together for a long time so the flavors can blend and the effects can enhance each other. The system explains the effects clearly. After eating it, strength increases by 10.5 for 30 minutes. The user will feel full for 4 hours, and they will gain low-level poison resistance. The smell is so rich and comforting that everyone practically lines up like hungry kids waiting for lunch at school. Seo-jun tells everyone to line up and take their portions so they can eat their fill. When Black Warrior Rabbit eats his bowl, his whole body relaxes instantly. He feels completely satisfied, both in body and in soul, like the stew healed not only his stomach but also his lonely heart. Iona eats quietly, but even she can't hide how good it tastes. The Jewel Frogs also enjoy the meal, staring in amazement at how delicious it is, especially the detoxifying green onions and the tender purple locust meat. One of the Jewel Frogs even thinks it's a miracle. Normally, just touching the skin of a red locust would melt a frog's skin because of how toxic it is. But because of the green onions, the detoxification effect is incredible. The cute Jewel Frog King looks extremely pleased, nodding proudly and saying this is exactly what one should expect from the great black dragon. Thanks to this food, they can finally fight the locusts properly without fear of poison killing them first. Seo-jun encourages everyone to eat well and regain their strength so they can finish exterminating the purple locusts. But for the Jewel Frogs, the feeling is bittersweet. They have to eliminate the bugs, but knowing they won't be able to eat this delicious dish afterward, that thought is heartbreaking. Seo-jun smiles watching them eat, and then says there's something he still hasn't told them yet. Everyone pauses, curious. Seo-jun gestures for everyone to follow him, saying he wants to show them something. They follow Seo-jun through the cozy space until he stops in front of a wooden door. Even Theo becomes curious, because the last time he noticed that door, he was too busy eating and demanding treats to pay attention. Seo-jun slowly opens the door. and an absolutely chilling wind blasts out like a slap from winter itself. Everyone flinches. Inside, there are hundreds of locusts, frozen solid, standing like statues kept perfectly fresh. Baby Bear stares for half a second, then starts sneezing non-stop because he can't tolerate the cold at all. He looks like he's about to sneeze his soul out of his body. Seo-jun explains that he asked Iona to create this special space. Iona originally froze the locusts as research samples for the Wizards Association, and according to her, it's perfectly fine for Seo-jun to use some of them as cooking ingredients too. The purple jewel frog asks curiously if freezing locusts will make them taste better. But as the temperature drops further, the Jewel Frog King grows sleepier with every passing second. Even Theo starts shivering, his ears twitching, his tail puffing slightly. Seo-jun quickly realizes something. These monsters don't understand cold storage at all. They've never lived in a world where food can be preserved like this. Seo-jun explains that keeping things cold prevents them from rotting, which means they can store food for a long time and eat whenever they want. The moment Seo-jun praises Iona for this, Iona blushes and gets shy, explaining that setting up a semi-permanent freezing magic circle over such a large space is actually very high-level magic, but she still managed to do it. Everyone becomes surprised again, realizing just how capable Iona truly is. Baby Bear immediately starts climbing on the giant ice cubes like their playground equipment, while Red Ribbon Princess wonders if they should freeze the detoxifying green onions as well so they won't go to waste. Seo-jun tells her the green onions are fine because he can simply farm more. The Jewel Frogs blink in confusion and ask what farming is. Seo-jun starts to explain, but midway through he notices everyone is sneezing and coughing because it's way too cold. By then, the Jewel Frog King has already fallen asleep, entering hibernation right on the spot. Meanwhile, Iona and the green jewel frog are completely fine, standing comfortably like the cold doesn't even exist. Seo-jun watches this scene, and suddenly, a great idea forms in his mind. And then, the scene shifts to the administrator tower. Aileen is there, flipping through multiple books at the same time. She's reading intensely, obsessively, her eyes burning with determination. She's searching for a skill, something that will make Seo-jun stronger, something that will make sure he won't die easily on the higher floors. Because if Seo-jun dies, Aileen feels like she won't be able to live her life anymore. She keeps reading book after book, faster and faster, until suddenly her eyes light up. She found something. The book itself is magical, its letters glowing brightly. A body-shaped hologram appears above the pages, shining like some kind of mythical skill. Aileen hugs the blue book tightly, relieved, her heart pounding. She whispers softly, almost like a prayer, telling Seo-jun he has to come back safe no matter what, because she wants to give him this skill. My dear Seo-jun, as the scene shifts, we return to the Lizardmen along with the Wolf Tribe guards and the other fighters. Everyone is relieved because the evacuation of the wounded is finally complete. The air feels lighter now. They can't feel any locust presence around the area anymore. And for the first time in a long while, the Lizardmen are able to breathe properly. Some of them even start thinking the fight is finally over. But then Tamarao steps forward, his expression serious, and stops everyone right away. He tells them it's far too early to celebrate. The war is not over yet. He reminds them that Manager Theo and Lord Jairon, who played massive roles in the battle, headed toward the swamp first. They could still be fighting even now, while everyone here is relaxing. The thought makes Tamarao feel ashamed. The Lizard King and his lizard men owe their lives to them, so they can't just stand there doing nothing. Tamarao screams, raising everyone's morale, ordering them to gather immediately. He declares that they will enter the forest and march toward the swamp to help Theo and Lord Jairon. But when the army finally reaches the swamp, they are met with a completely unexpected sight. Instead of a battlefield, they see unknown people and monsters calmly planting detoxifying green onions and bladed green onions into the ground like it's a peaceful farming day. Seo-jun and Theo are supervising them, guiding everyone on how to properly plant the crops. The Lizardmen arrive in total confusion, wondering what the hell is happening here. Iona notices the Lizardmen commander and looks genuinely happy to see them, saying they arrived just in time. Tamarao is shocked, especially because Iona, the head of the Tower Wizards Association, is literally farming. He stares like his brain broke. What is this? Why is the most powerful wizard acting like a village auntie planting onions? Iona smiles slightly and explains that they are putting an end to the battle with the locusts once and for all. She says this is all thanks to the idea of the Great Black Dragon. Then she points towards Seo-jun. Seo-jun is standing behind them, playing with Baby Bear, while Baby Bear happily plants bladed green onions like he's living his best life. The lizard men suddenly realize the truth. The boy standing there is the representative of the Black Dragon. At that moment, Seo-jun's eyes glow faintly with a green aura, as if he awakens some new power. He points out specific areas of the swamp that glow green in circular patterns, instructing the jewel frogs to plant the green onions only in those spots. Theo looks completely baffled and asks why they're going through all this trouble splitting green onions and planting only in specific places. He says they could just plant them in a straight line to save time. But Seo-jun calmly explains that green onions need well-drained soil. They won't grow properly if the ground is too damp. And thanks to his seed sowing skill, which has now reached level 5, Seo-jun can clearly see which ground is suitable for which crops. In this situation, the skill becomes far more useful than he ever imagined. With this, Seo-jun can achieve nearly a 100% success rate while planting any plant. Soon, even the lizardmen army begins helping the jewel frogs plant the green onions, and the swamp slowly transforms into a battlefield-ready farming zone. As they farm at full speed, Seo-jun thinks that once this is complete, the 67th floor will be able to handle the locusts on its own. From the very beginning, his goal was to prevent the extinction of the jewel frogs in Navia Swamp. Just then, a system notification appears, and at the same time, Black Warrior Rabbit suddenly senses something unusual. Red Ribbon Princess asks what's wrong, and Black Warrior Rabbit announces that the purple locusts are coming! Not just a massive wave. Another swarm is heading straight toward them at incredible speed, and everyone needs to prepare immediately. Black Warrior Rabbit readies his trusted hammer. A giant swarm of purple locusts appears above their heads like a black-purple storm. The frogs panic for a moment, but as soon as they see Seo-jun and the others standing confidently, they calm down. Theo smirks and says he'll beat the shit out of them and then eat that delicious meat afterward. Baby Bear grips his club and gets excited too, ready to smash insects like it's a sport. Seo-jun immediately announces that everyone should chew the detoxifying green onions and use their bladed green onions as weapons to slash the locusts in half. Baby Bear and the others start chewing, and Theo grumbles in annoyance, saying no matter how many times he sees those purple locusts, they're always disgusting and filthy, but also tasty after cooking. Yum! The fight begins. We see jewel frogs, Baby Bear, and the lizard men preparing for battle while consuming detoxifying green onions, granting them immunity to poison for 1 hour. Seo-jun declares that their sole mission is to protect Navia Swamp. He takes out his dagger and axe, ready to fight alongside his trusted companions. Iona continues launching lightning attacks non-stop, turning purple locusts into exploding firecrackers with ease. Baby Bear swings his massive wooden log, smashing red locusts out of the air. Black Warrior Rabbit and the lizardmen fight fiercely with swords and hammers, determined to destroy as many purple locusts as possible. At the center of it all is Seo-jun, dual-wielding his weapons, hacking through the swarm, breaking their formation with relentless precision. Then Theo releases the Jewel Frog King from his arms. Lord Gyron leaps forward, and the jewel on his back begins to shine brilliantly in multiple colors. In seconds, he returns to his original massive size, his stomach expanding as hunger surges through him. He stares at the purple locusts like they're nothing more than snacks, drool dripping, and with a menacing laugh, he prepares to devour them. Even the locusts look scared, seeing his smile, and honestly, the narration feels a little bad for them. Lord Gyron begins swinging his tongue like a helicopter again, instantly grabbing multiple locusts in one sweep. He eats them in the thousands without hesitation, gulping them down one after another, like he's cleaning the sky. Those who have never seen this before, including Seo-jun and Red Ribbon Princess, are completely shocked. They can't believe it and want him to keep going. Meanwhile, the other jewel frogs join in too. Even though they're small, they begin eating the locusts as well, because they are no longer poisonous at all. Tamarau slashes through purple locusts, cutting them cleanly in half, until he suddenly notices something shocking. The purple locusts are changing color, from purple to red. Tamarao's eyes widen as he realizes the locusts are degenerating, slowly turning back into their original red locust form. Relief washes over him, hope bursting in his chest. This means the locusts are no longer as poisonous and dangerous as before. A system notification appears, making everyone happy, including Seo-jun. Seo-jun reads it aloud, announcing that as the locust population decreases, the purple locusts are degenerating back into red locusts. Seo-jun smiles and encourages all the cute creatures, big and small, to keep pushing them back. Everyone shouts in unison as they launch another wave of attacks, and finally the swarm begins to collapse. As the scene shifts, we see Theo letting out a sigh of relief. Everyone else has finished their part of the battle as well. Theo is happy that they won without anyone getting hurt, realizing that this is the true power of bladed green onions and detoxifying green onions. Even Lord Jaron burps loudly after his feast, clearly satisfied. One of the lizardmen soldiers approaches Seo-jun and respectfully calls him the Great Black Dragon. Two jewel frogs follow shortly after, bowing deeply and thanking him for saving them. The jewel frogs promise that from now on, they will farm both bladed green onions and detoxifying green onions themselves. They swear to exterminate the remaining locusts and protect Navia Swamp on their own. At that moment, a system notification informs Seo-jun that he has finally completed the mid-level manager quest after almost 1 full year. As a reward, he obtains 3 million experience points and 50,000 tower coins. Seo-jun can hardly believe it. He feels like he achieved something incredible. Just then, Tamarao steps forward again and also calls Seo-jun the Great Black Dragon. Tamarao confesses honestly that he was largely responsible for this entire situation. Seo-jun receives 1 extra stat point and wonders what Tamarao means. And then a flashback reveals the truth. The lizardmen trusted Tarek the pig, who was actually the mastermind behind feeding the locusts even after they had been subdued. That bastard fed the food supply of the 67th floor to the locusts, increasing their population until it became a disaster. Tamarao had received continuous rewards from him and never suspected anything was wrong. Now, Tamarao takes out a reward box and opens it, showing Seo-jun the item he received from the pig, a big tower gold coin. Exchanging it would give Seo-jun 5th 000 tower coins, enough for an entire village to survive a month. Tamarao offers it up, wanting to sacrifice it to the Great Black Dragon, but Seo-jun politely refuses. Seo-jun tells him it's fine and instead instructs the lizardmen to use that reward to restore the 67th floor after all the destruction caused by the battle. Just then, a blue aura suddenly surrounds everyone. The system notification announces they will return to the 99th floor in 30 seconds. Hearing that, Tamarao becomes deeply moved. The jewel frogs are shocked by the generosity of the legendary Black Dragon, and in their hearts, the monsters on that floor swear to follow Seo-jun forever. Soon, the blue aura completely envelops everyone, and they are shot upward into the sky, teleporting back to the 99th floor of the tower. Finally, after such a long time, they see the 99th floor once again. Even Seo-jun feels emotional, realizing how long it has been. The fresh air feels incredible after everything they went through. The smell of grass, crops, and life is so good that it almost feels unreal. Suddenly, the black wolf, the white wolf, the entire rabbit family, and the cute little bunnies rush forward. They are overjoyed that their master, Seo-jun, has finally returned safe and sound. They jump around him, crying and squeaking in happiness. Seo-jun kneels down immediately, checking on everyone and marveling at how much the baby rabbits have grown. He pets them affectionately and admits how much he missed them. But then Theo glances behind him and notices something strange. Sneaking quietly onto the 99th floor is none other than Lord Jiron, the Jewel Frog King. Theo is shocked that Jiron followed them all the way up. But Jiron simply says Theo is his master now. Of course he will follow and protect his master for life. Theo looks confused, not sure if he should be proud or scared. Meanwhile, Seo-jun turns to the mother rabbit and father rabbit while holding the fluffy baby rabbits and asks about Bat-Bat, wondering how he's doing and whether he adjusted well, because it has been so long since they last saw him. The mother rabbit points toward the house they built for Seo-jun, and inside multiple queen bees and worker bees are taking care of Bat-Bat like he's royalty. Bat-Bat is sleeping upside down in the shade, peacefully and happily, exactly like a bat should. The mother rabbit explains that Bat has been doing perfectly fine the whole time, safe and comfortable under everyone's care. Seo-jun's expression softens, and for a moment all the stress of the tower fades away. Seeing Bat safe makes him feel like he truly came home. Seo-jun then looks around and notices something else that surprises him even more. The fields look amazing. The farm hasn't changed at all. In fact, it looks even better than before. The new crops are fully grown now, tomatoes, potatoes, and many other vegetables thriving beautifully, fresh, and healthy. The farmer rabbit explains that the residents of Grainier Village were eager to help with the work. Even though they had scattered earlier for their wandering merchant jobs, they all returned again and completed a huge amount of farm work while Seo-jun was away. Seo-jun is stunned. They really held everything together without him. Just then, the architect rabbits come running up to Seo-jun, calling out to him excitedly. They tell him they prepared something while he was away, and they ask if he would like to follow them. Seo-jun follows, curious, and the scene shifts to a familiar area near the pit below the 99th floor. Seo-jun immediately recognizes the place. It's the cave entrance. Normally, he would have to go down using a risky ladder made from onion leaves, and that was basically asking for death. But now, something is different. Seo-jun looks down and notices a trap door on the floor that wasn't there before. He opens it, and Theo immediately peeks inside like the nosy orange cat he is. The moment the trap door opens, everyone realizes the cave is no longer troublesome to enter because the architect rabbits have built a proper staircase that extends deep downward. Seo-jun begins walking inside, and the moment he steps down, he notices multiple candles lighting the entire path, keeping the darkness away. The staircase is smooth, steady, and safe. Seo-jun feels a wave of satisfaction and relief. From now on, they can come and go freely without needing someone above to pull them up. Seo-jun understands instantly how hard the architect rabbits must have worked on this, and he genuinely feels happy, because now he won't have to risk his life just to enter or leave the cave. And then, Flam suddenly calls out to Seo-jun, calling him master. Seo-jun turns toward her voice, and what he sees makes him pause. There are two new creatures standing beside Flam, two baby ent trees, both smiling brightly, looking at Seo-jun like he's the center of their universe. Before, there had only been one tree when Seo-jun left. Even Baby Bear tilts his head, confused, wondering what the hell is going on. Then Seo-jun learns the reason. The first ent, named Pasaki, produced more seeds, which means the flaming tree now has companions. The narration tries to start a dirty joke, but stops itself immediately because no. This better be unisex magic tree reproduction, not some weird ent-smashing business, okay? For Seo-jun, though, it's great news. More ent trees means Flam won't be alone anymore, and the flaming tree will now have more companions willing to protect her. Just then, a system notification appears. It reveals that Aileen is shocked after seeing Seo-jun has returned. Seo-jun smiles naturally and asks her how she has been doing. But Aileen feels both relief and irritation seeing his cheerful expression because it makes her feel foolish for worrying so much. She brushes those feelings aside and tells Seo-jun that more importantly, she has something to give him right now. Seo-jun becomes surprised, wondering what it could be. He immediately thinks it might be another disgusting, poisonous potion. No, thank you, yuck! But Aileen doesn't even let him complain. Inside the administrator tower, Aileen opens the blue book and begins channeling magic into the crystal orb. She tells Seo-jun to think of it as a reward for all his hard work. As the spell activates, Seo-jun is enveloped in a blue aura from head to toe. He stiffens as a powerful surge of energy flows through his body. Something has clearly changed. It feels like energy is bursting out from inside him, filling every muscle, every bone, every breath. Aileen smiles calmly and tells him to look forward to it, because she finally found the greatest skill suited for him. It is the skill of Unbreakable Body, granted to mid-level manager Seo-jun, a passive skill. And only then does Seo-jun realize what that means. With Unbreakable Body, Seo-jun's physical body can never be broken, which means he can't die because of his body anymore. Seo-jun's eyes widen, his mouth slowly opening as the realization hits like a hammer. Am I immortal now? The thought shocks him so deeply that he just stands there, frozen, wondering in disbelief whether he has finally become truly invincible. As Seo-jun watched the blue energy fade away from his body, he frowned in confusion. He waited and waited, but he wasn't feeling anything different at all. It felt like nothing changed. His body still felt the same, his breathing still felt normal, and he even wondered if the skill had failed. Seo-jun muttered that he doesn't feel stronger, he doesn't feel tougher, he just feels like always. And the moment those words leave his mouth, Baby Bear's eyes sparkle like a scientist who just found a live test subject. Before Seo-jun can stop him, Baby Bear grabs his trusty wooden weapon and slams it down with insane force straight onto Seo-jun's head. Boom! Smoke rises from Seo-jun's head from the impact, and everyone freezes in shock. Seo-jun feels pain, real pain, and for a second his brain goes blank. Normally his head would have turned into mashed potato, but this time, his head stays intact. He doesn't crack, he doesn't break. He just stumbles back, dizzy, staring like he's seeing heaven and hell at the same time. Baby Bear's face lights up. When Baby Bear realizes his dad didn't get injured and his head didn't fall off, he becomes overjoyed, shouting that his dad finally became strong. Theo's eyes widen too, because even Theo can't deny it. Seo-jun didn't break even after taking a full-powered strike from a bear. Flam, standing right beside Seo-jun, looks worried for her master, and everyone notices she has grown a bit since before, standing taller with a stronger presence like she's silently protecting him. But Seo-jun starts crying. Not emotional crying, pain crying! He grabs his head and screams that he can still feel pain and it hurts like hell. He glares at Baby Bear and warns him not to expect any dinner tonight for pulling a surprise attack like that. Baby Bear is this close to crying too, apologizing loudly and looking like the world's saddest baby bear. Seo-jun rubs his head with tears in his eyes, then turns toward the tower administrator and thanks her sincerely for the incredible gift, even though his skull just went through a war of its own. Aileen isn't stopping there. She tells Seo-jun that from now on she'll be leaving things in his care, and she will once again search for more skills to help him. She swears she will find a skill that will make Seo-jun not feel pain at all because she can't let her Seo-jun feel pain, can she? Her voice is serious, but also weirdly emotional, like she's already planning to throw hands at the concept of pain itself. Seo-jun is still holding his head while trying to look grateful. Suddenly, a system notification appears. Seo-jun is informed that a job quest has been triggered. The quest is called The Joy of Harvesting, and the requirement is to use the harvesting skill 100,000 times. Seo-jun nearly chokes. Really? 100,000? Damn! Seo-jun is proud, but also terrified, because completing 100,000 harvests is clearly not an easy task. It's basically telling him to become a full-time farmer until his hands fall off. The scene suddenly shifts to the Rabbit Kingdom floor. Greed is there, staring at his old portrait like a narcissistic creature admiring his own face. A soldier approaches him and says there is an urgent report. Greed gives permission, and the messenger explains that the Wandering Merchant Association has sent a summon to Greed. The situation is serious because the fat pig Tariq has been captured after failing to kidnap the bunny princess. During interrogation, Tariq mentioned Greed's name, and now Greed is a suspect too. Greed's eyes fill with killing intent. He wonders how Tariq could be such a fool. Greed treated him well because Tariq was a fellow Boar elder, and Greed even entrusted him with an important relic to carry out the job. Now, because of Tariq's mistake, the Wandering Merchant Association, an organization funded by Greed, dared to act against him. Greed turns toward the messenger and demands whether there is any concrete evidence linking him to Tariq. The messenger answers that there are indeed clues. Yona, head of the Magic Association, and the Inspection Bureau, led by Inspector Fox, carried out a joint operation. A flashback appears. We see Inspector Fox arresting Tariq on 8 criminal charges, including kidnapping, unlawful confinement, and blackmail. The authorities secured Tariq's confession using a recording device, and Tariq is completely exposed. He reveals he was the one who fed the red locusts, and once everything was devastated and the food supply was gone, the 67th floor would fall under Lord Greed's control. Greed reads the summon, and in pure rage he tears it apart. He dismisses the messenger, telling him to leave, and continues staring at his portrait, still unable to believe the Merchant Association summoned him and forced him to step forward personally. Greed then pulls out a black book from a bookshelf, a book he never read. That black book is actually the key to a hidden passage. The bookshelf moves aside, revealing a dark path. Greed descends deeper underground and opens a massive gate engraved with a giant golden bow symbol. Beyond the gate stands a white dragon statue, surrounded by massive piles of gold scattered throughout the chamber. The sight reveals just how greedy the pig truly is. Suddenly, the white dragon statue begins to speak. Hearing that voice, Greed immediately bows in respect, greeting the great white dragon speaking through the statue. The white dragon's eyes glow with crimson energy as they glare down at Greed, and the air becomes suffocating. The scene shifts back to the 99th floor cave. Rabbit farmers are harvesting cherry tomatoes, while other rabbits and ants water, flam, and nurture the new saplings. Baby Bear helps gather water from the nearby lake, and the small rabbit children look up to him like he's their big brother hero. Red Ribbon Princess is treated generously, with the architect rabbits presenting her with everything they harvested like she's a guest of honor. Everyone notices Seo-jun counting numbers under his breath, his eyes serious, because in his mind, the harvest quest is haunting him like a ghost. The scene shifts again. Seo-jun, Theo, and Black Warrior Rabbit are pulling on something firmly rooted in the ground. No matter how hard they pull, it won't come out. A thick red vine with multiple leaves remains intact, standing like an unmovable monster. Seo-jun realizes this isn't a joke. Even Theo says he has never seen such a huge sweet potato vine before, which means there must be a massive sweet potato buried underground. The moment Baby Bear hears the words massive sweet potato, his eyes sparkle with pure hunger and power. A sudden surge of strength hits him, and he begins growing bigger and bigger. He grabs the vine with both hands and starts pulling with all his might. Seo-jun and Theo step back and start cheering loudly for Baby Bear, shouting like supportive parents at a sports match. Baby Bear screams with all his power, and the ground cracks. Slowly, the sweet potato begins emerging. Seo-jun and Theo make exaggerated, shocked faces, their mouths wide open like cartoons. Finally, the entire sweet potato comes out, bigger than anyone imagined, and Baby Bear returns to his baby form, panting proudly. A system notification appears informing Seo-jun that it is a giant pumpkin sweet potato grown in the tower. It tastes delicious due to sufficient nutrients, but it used all nutrients solely for growth. As a result, it provides no effects when consumed and will not sprout even if planted. It is a grade C crop with an expiration date of 45 days. Everyone climbs all over the sweet potato, unable to believe it's real. Even Seo-jun is stunned. Just one of these would be enough to feed everyone for a long time. Baby Bear can't wait any longer and tells his dad he wants to eat it immediately. But then Seo-jun checks his current mission and sees something painful. He has only used the harvest skill approximately 3,000 times, even though he needs 100,000 times. Seo-jun wonders when he will ever finish it. Still, he looks at the happy, cute monsters around him and announces that they should eat first. Baby Bear worked hard, and even the punishment from earlier is officially taken back. Baby Bear will get dinner after all. Everyone smiles cheerfully, and the cozy vibe returns like a warm blanket. Seo-jun takes out the dimensional space key and opens the dimensional gate directly into the cave on the 99th floor. Then he tells Baby Bear to take out 10 purple locusts from inside. Baby Bear immediately runs in and starts pulling out the locusts like he's collecting groceries. The Wolf Chief stares in confusion, while the other rabbits flinch and find the locusts disgusting. Theo quickly tells everyone not to judge them by appearance alone, explaining that they actually taste incredible. The rabbits look at Theo like he's lost his mind, because in their eyes he's basically saying, "Trust me, bro, cockroach tastes like chicken." The scene shifts again as Seo-jun and the others begin cooking purple locust sweet potato soup once more. As it cooks, Seo-jun tastes it bit by bit, adjusting the ingredients carefully like a true chef. The mother rabbit watches nervously, disturbed by the stew's appearance. She thinks it looks suspicious and not edible. She doesn't want to feed this weird red stew to her kids. It looks like it came directly from the devil's land. But she trusts Seo-jun 100% because she knows Seo-jun would never feed anything harmful to them. Seo-jun, on the other hand, is satisfied with the result. Adding the giant sweet potato gave extra sweetness and made the flavor richer. He hands the first bowl to the artist rabbit and asks him to try it, but no one dares to move. Even the mother rabbit is shivering. The stew looks bloody red, like a potion made from nightmares. Suddenly, the chubby rabbit steps forward without hesitation, grabs the bowl, and starts eating non-stop. He finishes it in mere seconds and gives everyone a face that clearly says he went to heaven and saw God personally. Seo-jun asks if he wants another bowl, and hell yeah, he wants another one. The other homies watch this and realize maybe this dish isn't that bad in taste after all. The chubby rabbit runs back enthusiastically, and once everyone sees it's safe, the other rabbits finally relax. Even the artist rabbit and the mother rabbit begin eating, while the baby rabbits can only sniff the delicious aroma, their little noses twitching. The mother rabbit carefully feeds tiny portions to the babies. The architect rabbit finds the stew incredibly delicious, and Seo-jun continues serving bowls one by one to everyone lined up, turning the whole cave into a comfy food festival. Seo-jun offers the next bowl to Yona, but she declines. Red Ribbon Princess declines too, and even Black Warrior Rabbit declines. Yona explains they have urgent business to attend to. The trial of Greed, the landlord of the 55th floor, is about to begin. The time has finally come to hold him accountable for his crimes and punish him accordingly. Seo-jun agrees, feeling relieved that Black Warrior Rabbit will be accompanying them because at least they'll be safe. And right at that moment, Lord Geryon returns and calls out to Theo. Theo asks if the frog enjoyed his walk outside, but Geryon replies that he discovered something unusual up on the 99th floor. Seo-jun becomes curious immediately and asks what it is. And as the scene shifts outside to the 99th floor farm, Seo-jun and everyone else slowly look upward, their faces turning stiff. Because something enormous is casting a shadow over them. Something big, something that shouldn't be there. And everyone wonders the same thing. What the hell is that? Then we see that whatever was casting that enormous shadow over Seo-jun and the others wasn't a monster. It wasn't a giant enemy. It wasn't some terrifying tower creature either. It was another giant crop, a plant so huge that its leaves were flapping in the air like full-blown fans, sweeping the wind around like nature itself was flexing. Seo-jun squints, then his eyes widen as he immediately realizes what it is. A giant carrot. A carrot so massive it looks like it was grown by a demon with a farming hobby. Seo-jun stands there for a second like his brain is buffering, wondering what they're even supposed to do about something like this. Even Baby Bear freezes, and that is saying a lot because Baby Bear usually sees giant things and thinks food before he thinks danger. Seo-jun starts thinking seriously, wondering if they should dig up the surrounding earth first so they can harvest the carrot properly, because if they pull too hard, it might break, or worse, it might snap back and slap them into next week. Theo, however, tells everyone not to worry, because now our boy, Theo, is about to shine. He steps forward confidently like a trainer in a monster battle and basically says, "I choose you." Then he throws out his pocket monster, Lord Geryon, who instantly glows and grows bigger. Theo orders Geryon to transform into his usual large form. The Jewel Frog King swells up in size, muscles bulging, his jewel shining with pride. He hops toward the carrot like he's ready to wrestle the earth itself. He grabs the carrot leaves firmly and tells everyone to leave it to him. Then he pulls upward with all his strength. The ground begins to shake violently. Geryon's entire body strains, veins popping, legs trembling, and he uses his utmost power. Yet the carrot doesn't budge even a little. Seo-jun stares in disbelief. Even with Geryon's strength, it's impossible? Seo-jun feels a chill crawl down his spine and wonders what on earth is buried beneath the ground that could hold this carrot in place like it's chained to hell. Just then, Seo-jun hears a heavy thumping sound. Boom, 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 and turns around. At the same time, Baby Bear suddenly becomes excited, and the reason is revealed immediately. Mother Bear has returned to the 99th floor. Baby Bear's eyes shine like fireworks, and he's about to run to her. But the situation turns dangerous in a split second. Mother Bear is furious for some reason, and she's glaring directly at Geryon like she wants to fold him into origami. The Jewel Frog King and the Red Mother Bear lock eyes, both radiating pure, "I will destroy you" energy. It's like two bosses accidentally spawned in the same area. Seo-jun quickly tells them not to fight, but he realizes the problem immediately. Since Geryon came from another floor, he unintentionally offended Mother Bear's territory instincts. Theo clutches his head in panic because Geryon is technically Theo's subordinate. But Theo has no idea how to stop this confrontation without getting eaten, stepped on, or emotionally traumatized. Just when it looks like the 99th floor is about to become a kaiju battlefield, Baby Bear runs right between Mother Bear and the Jewel Frog King like a fearless little idiot. Baby Bear excitedly tells his mother that there's a huge carrot buried in the ground and he wants to eat it as soon as possible. He explains fast that the Frog King isn't bad and didn't invade this floor. In fact, he's Theo's subordinate. Baby Bear talks so passionately that it's basically a speech of peace, love, and carrot. Mother Bear finally snaps out of her aggressive stance and looks at the giant carrot leaves. Geryon also pauses. his tongue slowly retracting, realizing this isn't worth starting a war over. They stare at each other for a moment. And then Seo-jun suddenly gets an idea. Seo-jun tells both giant creatures that instead of fighting, they should combine their strength and pull the carrot out together. After all, they are the two most powerful beings on the 99th floor. Fighting might be their instinct, but cooperation is possible. Both creatures hesitate, pride flashing in their eyes. But in the end, they agree, only for Baby Bear's sake. Each of them grabs the carrot leaves, and they begin pulling upward with full force. The power they exert is so immense, it causes a literal earthquake. The ground trembles, rocks bounce, the air shakes, and Seo-jun wonders how massive this carrot must be to cause such violent tremors. Baby Bear cheers loudly for his mother, shouting for her to hang in there like she's pulling a truck in a strongman contest. Mother Bear and Garyon struggle intensely, their bodies shaking with effort. But slowly, impossibly, the carrot begins to rise. Everyone watches in disbelief. The carrot keeps coming out, and it doesn't stop. It just keeps rising, longer and longer, as if it was connected straight to the center of the tower. Finally, right in front of Seo-jun and the others, the golden carrot lifts completely out of the ground and begins floating in the air. Mother Bear nearly collapses from exhaustion, panting heavily, while Garyon stares in shock like his soul left his body. Everyone else is frozen, unable to believe what they're seeing. At that moment, a system notification appears. It informs Seo-jun that he has harvested Red Ribbon's giant carrot altar. His job experience increases greatly, and his harvesting level 4 proficiency rises significantly. In addition, he obtains 10,000 experience points. Seo-jun is stunned. What the hell is Red Ribbon's giant carrot altar? Hearing the system message, Father Rabbit and the Yellow Rabbit children hurry over, their faces turning pale with shock and excitement. Before Seo-jun can ask further questions, another system window appears. It states that Seo-jun must offer 100 crops of 10 different types to Red Ribbon's giant carrot altar within 24 hours and hold the Harvest Festival of Abundance. The reward for completing the festival is a job skill called Crop Gigantic. Seo-jun can hardly believe it. He received a special quest tied to this floating carrot, and now he has to host a Harvest Festival of Abundance to obtain the reward. Meanwhile, Garyon pokes the floating carrot curiously, still confused about what it is, like a giant frog toddler touching a new toy. Father Rabbit steps forward and explains everything to Seo-jun. He says this is the legendary golden carrot altar passed down in the Red Ribbon Kingdom. According to the Black Tower legends, a giant golden carrot once rose from the ground and a great conflict broke out among rabbits over who would claim it. But during the chaos, one great rabbit shouted for peace and shared his food in front of the golden carrot. Moved by his kindness, the other rabbits followed, sharing their own food one by one. Soon, a peaceful celebration was held before the golden carrot, and that festival later became known as the Harvest Festival of Abundance. But in Seo-jun's mind, one question won't go away. Why would a carrot from the Red Ribbon Kingdom's legend appear on the 99th floor? And the even bigger question, especially in Baby Bear's mind, is that the carrot isn't even golden at all. It's just huge. Seo-jun realizes that asking endless questions won't change anything. So he decides to follow the system's instructions, open the ribbon of the carrot altar, and hold the Harvest Festival of Abundance. As the scene shifts, Seo-jun finds himself in a dilemma, counting the crops he currently has. Carrots, cherry tomatoes, pumpkin sweet potatoes, corn, normal potatoes, and green onions. He takes out 100 of each and wonders if it's enough, but it feels strange, because he is sure he planted a wider variety of crops. The farmer rabbit nods and says Seo-jun is correct. Then he asks Seo-jun to follow him, explaining that the farm has already expanded. Seo-jun follows, and suddenly he sees juicy strawberries and even chili peppers, crops they have never eaten before. Seo-jun can't believe they've already been harvested because he remembers buying their seeds long ago together with the carrots. Baby Bear starts drooling instantly. He has never tasted these crops before, but his instincts tell him they will be delicious. Seo-jun finally understands. Father Rabbit worked insanely hard as a tenant farmer while Seo-jun was away on the 67th floor. Thanks to his efforts, they now have 2 additional crop types to offer. Then the farmer rabbit says there are actually 3 additional crops. Seo-jun turns in surprise, and the rabbit shows him peanuts. This makes Seo-jun even happier, wondering how they are already ready for harvest. And that's when Seo-jun realizes the reason must be the mysterious stone monument. The rabbit confirms it. The crops have been growing rapidly thanks to the monument's influence. Seo-jun realizes he needs to pay closer attention to the farm now that it has expanded so much, and he sincerely thanks all the rabbits for raising the crops so well in his absence. As the rabbits begin eating strawberries together with Baby Bear stuffing them into his mouth like a vacuum cleaner, Seo-jun reviews their crop list again. Carrots, cherry tomatoes, pumpkin sweet potatoes, corn, normal potatoes, green onions, strawberries, chili peppers, and peanuts. That makes 9 types of crops. Seo-jun is missing one last type, and he frowns slightly as he realizes this is a problem. Baby Bear is already eating strawberries like he's preparing for war, but Seo-jun is stressed because the altar quest demands 10 different types. Suddenly, Theo remembers something. He tells Seo-jun there is one more crop. Seo-jun asks what it is, and Theo reminds him that when they went to the 75th floor, they planted the yellow fruit obtained after defeating the Frog Queen. Baby Bear calls it Pine's Horn, but Seo-jun corrects him gently. It's called a pineapple. Seo-jun's face brightens. But then he realizes another problem. They planted very few pineapples, and they were planted recently. He doubts even 10 are fully grown yet. By the time they harvest 100 pineapples for the festival, the other crops will start rotting, wasting everything. To make matters worse, the seed shop has not opened yet, so Seo-jun is blocked there too. Seo-jun feels the pressure building in his chest, but he knows one truth: overthinking won't solve anything. He decides to harvest relentlessly for now, while Theo and the others cheer him on, already knowing a massive amount of work is waiting for them. And then the scene shifts to the Merchants Association inside the Merchant Passage Central Court. An owl judge calls out to the defendant, who is none other than the pig Greed. The judge announces that the locust outbreak on the 67th floor was deliberately instigated and aided by Greed and his subordinates. Greed is also charged with soliciting the kidnapping of Magic Association President Iona, as well as the Red Ribbon Kingdom's princess, Boo Boo. Furthermore, Greed is accused of committing treason, releasing locusts on the 55th floor in the past to attack the Red Ribbon Kingdom, assassinating the king and queen, and attempting to seize the throne. The owl judge lists charge after charge, then slams the hammer onto the platform with a loud bang, declaring that the trial to address these crimes will now begin. Yet even after hearing his name tied to every disgusting accusation, Greed only smiles devilishly, completely unfazed, like he already planned something evil, something very evil. And with that, this episode ends here. And with that, the episode ends here, guys. Season 2 is finally here, as you can see. Every Thursday, a new episode will be released. So if you liked this episode, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to comment your favorite character below. And Merry Christmas! See you in the next episode. Till then, goodbye.